I'm not what you'd consider to be a tough girl. Don't really play sports, and I haven't roller skated since like middle school. But today I've decided to hang out with the Jacksonville roller girls, so we'll see how this goes.
Jacksonville Roller Girls, Northeast Florida's anger management class for the area's toughest girls. They're known for their hairstyles and makeup, pantyhose and underwear, names and name-calling, tattoos and attitudes, and their undying desire to kick some serious butt. So what could they possibly be thinking about a girl like me?
Oh my God.
The sport of roller derby dates as far back as the late 1800s. But hit its peak of popularity in the 1960s. The early game was as much about physical contact as competition, and by the late 1970s, the sport had lost much of its athletic appeal. But in the early part of this decade, roller derby came back, and in 2006, a handful of determined girls in Jacksonville started a team.
There was a revival out west, so we've heard roller derby, and we've seen all these, kick-ass girls being part of it, and it looked fun, but honestly, none of us knew how to play a game. None of us knew, do I look like I've been hanging out at the roller skating rink? I hadn't been skating since I was 10 years old.
The girls started to practice, and as a self-funded organization, they searched for free advertising to recruit new girls and prepare for games. Tallahassee was then the only other group in the state, but the sport quickly grew. These days, over 7,000 girls are part of hundreds of teams nationwide. The Jacksonville team has grown to over 30 members, while Florida boasts 15 teams, including one in Gainesville.
Well, Miss Rebel contacted me in October of last year, and she wanted to start a league in Gainesville. So I just basically opened the doors and showed her what it took us 3 years now, 2.5 years to learn.
We have the right age group of girls, also the right almost environment. It's very eclectic. You have old school roller derby fans. You also have young people and a punk rock scene. And basically all the elements needed to have a successful derby league were there, and there just wasn't one. So I thought, why not?
Yes, they've been to our practices, and we've taught them drills, and then they take it back and they go on their own for a few months, and they'll come back and learn some new things.
On this night, the members of the Jacksonville and Gainesville teams joined together to play an interleague practice game. This gives them an opportunity to practice and show off their skills to a very loyal fan base.
It actually appeals to almost every age group because of it being popular back in the 70s. So there's like grandmas that are like, I saw that, what's it like now? And they'll come watch. The more fans we have, the bigger our league gets, like as far as girls who are interested, and also the fan base helps keep us running.
The girls' tattoos, I love it. I don't know. I just want to see all the fights and the fun and the laughs, and it's great.
But modern roller derby isn't about hurting each other, but rather the strategy of the game. Blockers from each team go on the first whistle. 2 jammers, one from each team, follow on the second. The basic idea is that the jammers attempt to make it through the pack to score points in a 2-minute period. The first to make it through the entire pack is the lead jammer. She has the authority to call the round off early to keep the other team's jammer from scoring additional points.
Even though we've got this rush of derby coming back, it's still confusing to the general public, but it really comes down to 2 jammers getting through the pack and getting those points.
And while the game seems fairly simple, the skill is not, although team leaders claim that even I can learn with time.
It doesn't matter what skill base because we train you. So we've had girls show up that haven't skated since they were 2, and we'll start from scratch and train girls.
In fact, new girls with the team are put through basic skills training before they're even able to practice with the team.
That they take a basic skills test to make sure they're safe before we let them join the big girls.
Yeah, what kind of skills do they need to know before they...
Well, they have to work on their skating posture because you can't just skate standing straight up.
Okay. Like
do
me.
The skating stance, which is your big
Okay.
down.
Hold on, I want to try this, but I got to back up a little bit.
Because your center of gravity is stronger.
So like sit like a squat, kind of.
Right.
Like a squat.
But why am I moving forward? as I do
It
this?
comes with time.
Okay.
I've got
Thigh
some wicked
muscles.
crazy muscles right here that form. We're weird looking.
Okay.
And while I enjoyed roller skating when I was younger, I had forgotten about the workout it gives you.
Like, it's just I've had a stressful day at work, and I can come out here and have a good exercise and be around a lot of good people and just let go.
But while roller derby is good exercise, there are many injuries to be had, and that's where the outfits come in.
You obviously had some injuries, though, right?
I've twisted my knee,
Okay.
and I've gotten a concussion. But I've been playing for 2 years, and
Yeah.
that's all I've gotten.
Okay, that sounds good.
Pantyhose are a must. Any kind of stockings or pantyhose, it's all about, it's an easy slide on the floor. Because if you don't have them on and you hit this floor, you're going to have a nice strawberry. In fact, you should see Compton's Most Wanted strawberry from the last game. It's really pretty. It's nice and purple. And then anything else, like usually our jerseys are tank tops just so we stay cool. And girls wear anything from just regular sports shorts to skirts to just panties. So.
But it's not just the outfits that make these girls stand out.
Everyone's always skated under a different name. It's kind of like the cheeky aspect of roller derby, being colorful and being your own person and being fun. And there's actually a master list. No two roller derby girls can have the same name.
They go by deviant behavior, Chrissy Chaos, 12 Gauge, Novocaine, Compton's Most Wanted, my personal favorite, Kat Von Scratch Your Eyes Out, and many others. But while their names are intimidating, these girls are not. They're students, mothers, business owners, and artists. They're hairstylists, store managers, postal workers, and pharmacists. And they welcome new members with open arms. Even me.
If anyone bumped me right now, I would be on the ground.
Well, we have girls that come out here and they're just mousy and quiet, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, are they going to make it? And you'll see that toughness come out. Slowly but surely.
That they should, come on out, give it a try. It doesn't matter if you haven't skated in years. It doesn't even matter if you played sports or not. It comes down to the dedication and the time you're willing to put into it, because it does take a lot of your time. And we welcome and appreciate anybody that comes out to play the sport and help Jacksonville.
Roller derby is really for any type of girl. I've had friends here, some of my best friends now, that I would have never been friends with, or never spoke to or had anything in common with. Now that we have this mutual thing in common, it's easy to be friends.
I wasn't real big into girlfriends, and now I have like 30 of them. It's kind of weird, but some of my best friends are out here.
It's kind of like a screwed up sorority, where we would do anything for each other. We'll get up early on Sunday morning and move your furniture to your next apartment or whatever the case may be. Of somebody that you know only from, I skate with you twice a week, and it really, God, how can I say that? It's real corny. I can't say that.
But there's nothing corny about the accomplishments of the Jacksonville Roller Girls.
We fund ourselves, we do all our own promotions, we do all our own bookkeeping, all our own cleanup, setup, breakdown. We do everything for ourselves, and it's kind of empowering, I guess, because it's started by a bunch of girls that just had an idea, and we built it into our own little thing. It's really neat. So.
To learn more about the Jacksonville Roller Girls, check out their website at jacksonvillerollergirls.com and check out my blog at jacksonville.com/Amanda. For jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Warford.
Thank you, girls.
Come play roller derby, or else.